Uh, this is a look at, a long time ago I downloaded a tool called Wave for testing accessibility. And I'm in Firefox browser, and it's an add-on you can get totally free, installs very quick. And you can use this to test for 508 compliance. We were talking about that on the Hug forum. I actually don't get many requests requiring that, but if you are dealing with government, any kind of government, local or federal, they may have that requirement that you have to be 508 compliant. As you can see, the Wave tool checks for a lot of things. You mainly need to be aware of anything in red. If it's an error, that's could be a major problem. And Ariel in the forum was talking about themes, and the, the your theme is going to, if you click over to contrast here, and that's back when I was doing more 508 stuff. I don't think contrast was even factored into the 508 testing. It definitely seems like it is um, part of the testing now, especially because it must affect a lot more people than like if you just have not great eyesight. The contrast is going to be very important for you. So it's good to start, considering that. And so I was looking at the discussion, or this is called the digest viewer control I was working on, and I had already made like the links black. I just wanted a lot more contrast. And if we look at the Hug site, I never liked this layout too much. The links look kind of weak, but if we actually test that orange link color, and that does come from the theme. So your theme could very easily be at fault for um, some of these errors. Now we've got 20 errors in that tab. Some of them actually have nothing to do with styles. I feel like they should rename that. Um, but if we go into the contrast, okay, we've got a whole bunch. But when you see a lot of errors like that, it's probably because you have repeated elements on the page. And in this case, indeed, that orange color is just the default link color. So I can tell this does come from the theme file, this orange. But this is that is Higher Logic's orange. So it's at some point, you know, you may have to have a word with marketing or whoever's controlling the your brand guidelines. Even if you're using, technically that's the correct color, but what happens if it's not? Doesn't have enough contrast. So that's coming from theme. Looks like the older color was this kind of teal, also coming from the theme, just higher up. So as things were added to this theme, these went further down in the theme in the overrides. And then the original, it looks like this blue came from probably Higher Logic, possibly Bootstrap, or actually no. So the original blue from Bootstrap is this blue, and that does not pass the validation either. I tested that one. Um, but anyway, you can see how these uh, colors in your theme can cause you to fail a accessibility test. So if that's important to you, you may have to talk to your marketing department and say, so let's say if I have, so this is just my default link color. So if I wanted to clear up, I have a feeling I'm going to clear up most of these errors just by one color or just one CSS change. So yeah, let's just do color dark blue. This is a local style sheet, or why don't we just use a real color? Um, let's actually, instead of this, now if you just go darker, it becomes like brown. That's not really their part of their branding, brown. But okay, let's just go way darker. I don't know, maybe something dark blue. Okay, so let's take that color. I'll just throw it in here. And I can just say, hey, my new color. I would change this in my actual theme. And now if I just turn wave off and then on. Oh shoot, actually turn it off. I'm going to turn on this local style sheet. So now I have a darker link color. And if I turn wave back on, no, I still have 20 errors here. I haven't even started looking at these. I think Higher Logic would have to fix these. So these are mostly going to be some stuff I might not have control over. 10 missing form labels. So there are forms in here, probably relating to these search these filters. Missing form label. So there's no label. Okay, I'll look at that some other time. Before I go to contrast, okay. So I used to have, I forget, over 100 now. I only have 7, and I can see, okay, I still have a link color here. I can fix that. My menu, I can fix that. I'm surprised all of these are, like the darker background seems to be an issue, but you can see just making a couple changes to your theme. Really, it was just this one, changing the link color, that actually knocked out most of my errors. Okay, a few other links up there. So I could write a better style that would combo all these colors into one, and it would knock those out. But back to this, I was looking at, I saw, okay, 15 contrast errors, and I think I have about 12 or 13 individual threads here, so I thought it must be just a repeating element inside these title rows, but there's, I don't know, everything's like black, but I don't see the icons don't actually show up. I finally realized, here they are. So this is in the admin thing. Your users won't see that, but kind of annoying to have all these errors. And this should probably be redesigned. I think these icons are kind of crappy anyway. But really, the contrast, it's not going to know if your icons are old and crappy. It just sees the contrast. So this light green color, not a very good amount of contrast there. And this is, I'm clicking this desaturate button, so you can see how, you know, if I don't have perfect eyes, that could easily be tough to see. So if I just want to get rid of these, I have this style. I'm just going to make these colored black for now. So if I turn off wave, then turn it on again, go to contrast, I only have 2 now. And these are my top menu items. And actually it says, does not account for background images, gradients. There's actually a big gradient here. That may be why it's throwing that error. But I may just want to be safe, and I'll probably change the background color just so it's a little darker or enough to get rid of those errors. And so that's how we can use Wave to look at any of these contrast errors. If it is required, probably a good idea to do this testing anyway, even if you're not don't have it as a requirement if you're working on your theme. But if we go back to the main tab here, we see that these are coming from higher logic. I can't fix this on the theme level. Possibly if I did some JavaScript, and I see this on pretty much every page. 1x empty button. I don't even know where it is. It's like kind of a hidden element, I guess. Alerts are not going to kill your 508 compliance usually. If you have a lot of them, you may want to look into why you're getting those. But again, these are mostly going to be stuff that higher logic would need to fix.